Hello everyone, this is Persephone, and this is a video that was difficult to make because I'm aware I'm going to lose money, but at the end of the day, the game is more important than the player. So if this video helps some men understand how the real world and flirting and seduction works, and if you follow the advice I'm going to give you in this video, it can actually be the one video that will change your life. I'm not bragging, I'm just very serious, and I did a lot of planning on how I'm going to phrase things to not offend people too much. So, long story short, to start from the drama part that I know you love, in the last 7 days, I had 3 different people joining my OnlyFans and offering me tips. And then instead of wanting to talk to me or, like, I don't know, something about chastity or femdom or the usual stuff on OnlyFans, I have this conversation where I can tell they want to be my boyfriend and they're beating around the bush. And by beating around the bush, they're asking things like, are you single? What kind of boyfriend is your favorite type? I would love to serve you in real life. And some things that, I'm going to be honest with you, it feels icky. And if you say, did you forget, like, do you have dementia, that you are actually doing adult content online, so this is actually normal? You're right, it's normal. And it's very easy for me to just take your money and scam you. But I'm not going to do that because, unlike many of the other people who do adult content online, I'm trying to look out for you. So I'm just going to explain in this video how real seduction works and how, if you want to be with someone who practically belongs to a different world than you, and I'm just saying that I'm superior to you or some major influencer or anything, but I live a very different life compared to most people that you know or probably yourself, how you're going to go about that. Okay. Now let's go to seduction. I have thought a lot about how I'm going to explain this to you, so I'm going to use myself and G-Dragon, the Korean rapper, the member of the K-pop band Big Bang, as an example. There was a time long ago when I was very obsessed with G-Dragon. I get obsessed with people too. So let's say that I became like full stalker mode and I said, I want to date G-Dragon. I'm going to make it the purpose of my life to date G-Dragon and make him fall for me and become a famous AMWF couple in Korea. Just like this is just an example. I'm not going to do that. How would I go with that? What you do, going to OnlyFans and throwing money to say how much you are my fan and how much you would want to be my boyfriend, would fail. For 2 reasons. First of all, there are thousands of other people doing the same thing. And second, because most celebrities who date their fans are just predatory people. So I would never go to a meet and greet concert with G-Dragon as some kind of Korea buffan to say, oh my god, I love you, step on my neck, oppa, and all of this stuff that these people say. This is disgusting to him and it will fail. I would start to strategize and say, first of all, most likely he doesn't speak the best English, so I have to master Korean. I have to be fluent in Korean to separate and distinguish myself from all of the other Koreabus. Second, I have to have things in common with him. So if he's into music, I have to learn and understand about how to write lyrics, how to dance, how to rap, even if I'm not going to be a K-pop idol myself, to be able to have things to talk about, to understand what worries him, to be a part of his world without being like the idiot who's just there not knowing what to do. Thing number 3, I would have to actually be prepared to move to South Korea and live there independently and understand how the culture works, otherwise it would be a constant embarrassment to him. And another thing is that I would have to be very rich, because G-Dragon is not just some impoverished K-pop idol struggling with loans. He has a lot of money, he doesn't need my money, so I will have to be rich to be able to keep up with this life, but also because I cannot entice him with money, and I would have to somehow be part of the same industry. For example, because I'm a writer, I would, let's say, write a drama, and if G-Dragon was ever into acting, to offer him a lead role in the drama, to get the chance to get to know him, or be friends with other K-pop idols, concoct an entire plan. And I could do all that, and because I don't know G-Dragon, I just see him from far away, like in the concerts and on TV and all of that stuff, it could still fail. Maybe he's gay. Maybe he's married and he has 3.8 kids. Maybe he's not into white women. Maybe he's not even real. He's a persona and there is someone else pulling the strings. So I could go through all that and I would still fail. But the process of going through all that would actually open my horizons to so many other possibilities in life, from meeting other men to making a lot of money to changing as a person. What I just described is exactly the same mentality you need to have if you want to date someone like me. Like, for example, you have to also be a YouTuber. You have to understand editing, you have to understand writing, you need to have common interests with me. you need to be the type of man that I find physically attractive. I don't care if you're a sub. I don't keep unattractive people in my personal life around for sexual purposes, as vain as that sounds. You need to be able to be very, very self-sufficient. Some of the men who message me, it's like I want to ask them, I want to be rude and ask them. So instead of being rude to one person on OnlyFans, I'm going to be rude in general here. How do you imagine it, that I'm going to hop on a plane and fly over to America and you're just going to give me $20 to buy groceries or something? How's our relationship going to work? We have absolutely nothing in common. And if you say, oh, but I want to be your femdom sub, then, well, I'm going to tell you something also that I didn't plan to share, but I want to be honest. Femdom is a very small part of my life. I'm not one of these people who live in a femdom world 24/7 and they are like walking around in corsets and whipping men from dawn to sunset. And eventually, I'm going to be more and more selective about it, or may not even do it in public at all. I have so many big plans for my life that I don't want to share for YouTube because they're private. I don't know if they're going to happen or not. If they start to succeed, I'm going to share them, but not at this stage. And I wouldn't want to cohabitate with some femdom-obsessed person who has nothing going for himself and he's physically unattractive. And most importantly, personally, I'm not emotionally available. I say to each and every one of these people that I have someone I like in real life, and when I get to that stage, because it's not easy for me to really like people, I don't look further. Someone had the nerve on OnlyFans to ask me information about this guy, like his race and everything. I'm not going to share that. First of all, because people found other people from my real life in the past and harassed them, and that's not okay. The fact that I chose to be online doesn't give consent to stalkers to harass people who did not choose to. And second, because I don't want to. I have the right to keep things for myself. So please, let's go back to the example with G-Dragon and me that I mentioned. If you want to date women like that who don't have anything in common with you, you have to do the work and become part of their world for a shot of meeting them there. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for people who are lazy. This is not for people who are professional victims about their race or about their age or about their gender or about their country or about I don't know what. You have to be tough. This is hell on earth to go through that stuff. And still, there is a chance you're going to end up empty-handed for reasons that you won't even think about now. Maybe things won't work for a reason that you don't even know of. When you see someone on stage, or when you see someone on video, or when you see someone in a movie, they could be a completely different person or a much more complex person than what you see online. So when you're throwing $20, $50, $100 at me, it's essentially paid sexual harassment. OnlyFans is not my dating profile. I don't have a dating profile. I'm not dating online. If I did and you happen to find it, that could be a totally different frame. But as things are right now, I'm not available, maybe other women are. If you want to increase your chances, do that work. I would never date a guy who just works a job, comes home, smokes weed, plays computer games, strokes you know what at femdom online, and you would say, oh, what's your type? Also, I'm going to give you, actually this video, I'm going to make it a bit longer today. I feel like it. There was a guy that he has given me over $700 on Night Flirt, and I actually blocked him. And before you say you are nuts, I'm not the dragon level on money, but if you bother me, I can afford to block you. I don't give a shit. I'm telling you, I have multiple sources of income for that reason, to not have to tolerate toxic men. So he is white, he's from Australia. He started saying things like, oh, I hope you get something more from our interaction than just talking. Not really, but okay. I mean, there are some people that we don't have the best chemistry, but they don't really bother me, so I keep them around. And then one day he asked me, you know, you talk about Asian men all the time, it really bothers me, I'm white, I can't compete with them. Well, you knew that Asian men are my number one preference when you decided to contact me, so he said, do you have any white men that you like? And I said, yes. And he said, tell me an example. And I said Elon Musk that day. Because I had seen some video where Elon Musk looked really handsome presenting his robot like the same day, so he was the first who came to mind. Oh my God, all hell broke loose. He started saying Elon Musk is ugly. I said he's not ugly. I'm not going to sound like an incel in some kind of forum that talks like and overanalyzes looks, but he has the height, he has the bone structure, and he started getting progressively more and more aggressive and more upset, and he started saying, so if I lost 60 pounds and I got a hair transplant and I looked like Elon Musk, would I become your type? I'm going to tell you something now as nicely as I can. My answer is no. Do you know why? Because Elon Musk would never ask me that. He doesn't ask women that. Can you wrap your mind around that? Elon Musk doesn't go around begging women for acceptance with life-altering surgeries. So I understand that you're lonely. I understand that you would want to date someone from a different country, exotic, into kings, whatever, but unless you put a tremendous amount of work to even have a shot, this is not going to happen. I'm saying to you, it's okay to aim high. It's okay to want whoever you want. It's okay to want a totally different life than the one you have. But you rise up to the challenge. You don't throw $20 to someone. I almost feel offended. Like, do I look this cheap that you're going to send me a tip and then start asking? And you know what? I would have more respect for an ugly guy, an unattractive guy who would come and straight up ask me out, because I would actually say no and it would end there, compared to someone giving me $50. And then I honestly feel bad rejecting some of these guys, because I've taken the money, it's being processed by OnlyFans now, and what am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to lie and say, oh, well, one day, or oh, if I was single, or oh, you're so cute, and all of this crap the other women say that I don't agree with? Am I doing you a favor by lying to you and telling you that this is how the world works? So please, for the last time, use OnlyFans in the appropriate setting. The appropriate setting is, you want to see my content there, you want to see me without clothes there, doing fetishes, you want to discuss your fetishes with me. I don't know, there are people who are even messaging me for advice there. That's also fine. If you want to use it as a Trojan horse to infiltrate my personal life, and you think that I'm going to feel guilty because you gave me, like I said, $20, $50, $100, sometimes $200, and now I have to tell you personal information about my boyfriend, or to say, oh, let's take this outside of OnlyFans, like some people ask me, I have some bad news. Take your money and nothing is going to happen. That's called late-stage capitalist dystopia. And no, it's not women who are exploitative whores, because I have people who message me about that. It's you, that you don't understand how seduction works and you don't work on yourself to be a seductive man, and you're looking for a shortcut. And shortcuts usually don't end up well. That's just how life is. So if you want to date e-girls, scam girls, celebrities, K-pop idols, influencer, or whatever, you do you. Go after what you want. Don't obsess over one person, because like I said, maybe there is something about that person that you don't even know now and it's a deal breaker. Aim for a category of people, do the work, and it can actually happen. Until then, I can't have anything else to help you. It's the same for everybody else. And to close this video with something really blackpilled, it was really like, severely overweight and ugly and boring, and I talked about just my school or what I ate for lunch, you wouldn't watch me either, right? This is how the world works. So be prepared to do the sacrifice and to do the work, and stop being salty in my DMs, because honestly, this is getting out of hand. Thank you for watching.